started?
Yep.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh, we got one person.
One person.
Yeah, welcome. 2, 4. Look at this.
Oh, we should pause there. Should we tell
Oh, did
people
we not
on the shore?
post it on Twitter? Share broadcast.
We haven't done it in very long time.
There we go. Should be. Hello.
Hello.
Share it on Twitter.
Okay. Cool. Here we go.
There we go. Okay.
So,
we got 61 people.
wow, 61 people.
Yeah.
All right. So, this Periscope is to get the world known our port to a new car, which is a Subaru.
Yep.
Nobody would have. I mean, like, I guess nobody would have expected that. Cannot see because the new giraffe is hidden under the trim. Which is why the new giraffe is actually great. So this is like the first car that we ported using something that does not require you to permanently remove trims from your car. And so you can put back your trims. It would be very bad, especially like for the Subaru, having to remove the trims because all this piece is like a single trim. So, and there is not much space underneath, so really the only solution is developing something very tiny and just shuffle it in there, and it's working great. So some things, it doesn't have any switch, so all the switch are controlled, so the stock and non-stock is controlled to the Panda. So we repurpose L-can control relay, and the relay decides if passing through the stock system or actually passing through openpilot. So when Panda sees CAN messages, like CAN messages that openpilot wants to send to the car, then it automatically opens the relay and you disconnect the camera from the rest of the CAN bus of the car. And then you can decide what to forward and what to replace, so openpilot can actually work. So what else can we say about, is there any question?
Let's see, yeah, I missed a lot of questions. Okay. Where's George? Yep.
Josh.
George. Let's see. No, it's not your giraffe. We built our own. Let's see. Yeah, no radar. Everything's done with the cameras.
So this is lateral only.
But yeah, lateral
so
only.
This is lateral only implementation of openpilot, yes. Because there is no radar in this car. We can't use the radar. So we let the camera, the eyesight system, still do the longitudinal control, and we just take control of the lateral. Yeah. It's similar to what we do with other cars like Hyundai or which are on the Bosch.
Let's see. Drew says, "How's the weather in San Diego?"
Oh well, you Drew, you don't come to San Francisco very often.
True.
This is still San Francisco. We still have to move.
Yep.
We're gonna be moving soon.
Soon.
Can't wait, actually. It's actually a good day today.
Let's see. Is this 0.6? No.
No, it's not 0.6. It's not 0.6. It's we're gonna release it soon. It's 5.11.
5.11. See any other questions? Oh, Jay Frux gave us a super heart.
Oh, great! Thank you, Jeff Frux.
Thank you. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did bring some giraffe to show off.
Oh yeah.
So this piece up here, which has the Panda, is this. So you have the OBD2, RJ45, and you have a 10-pin connector. And then you have what's actually doing all the work. This. It's got a relay.
Yeah, do a nice walkthrough.
Yep.
It's a great piece.
10-pin, 26-pin, which is going to be your car harness, and that connects to the camera. This is just a prototype one. The other ones look a lot better. So
Yeah, I mean, what else? These guys,
Yeah.
the relay.
Yep, you have the relay which controls everything.
The 10
so,
pin is what connects to your Panda.
Yeah.
So the 10
Yeah,
pin
so
goes
the
from inside your car to
10
this,
pin goes
to this
from here
piece.
up to the Panda
Yeah.
and the up to the giraffe.
Yes.
The camera cover.
And the 26 pin is the single pin the single connector that connects the car to the camera.
Yep. So if you lose connection, it'll actually switch back to stock automatically.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see.
we can test it basically. Yeah, what happens is like if openpilot stops working or get disconnected, after 5 seconds the relay will automatically close. So if for example you disconnect the Eon, or the Eon for whatever reason stops sending CAN messages, the car will fault because you stop sending messages, and then after 5 seconds you will the relay will actually close and you go back to stock. Of course, you're gonna still have some faults in the car, but the idea is that when the car is off, you can disconnect your Eon, and that's the simplest way to go back to stock.
Yeah.
So the relay will not open if openpilot is not sending CAN messages.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
What else? Okay.
How's the torque?
The torque, I would say, is definitely better than the Honda. It's probably a little lower than the Toyota. There is a huge lag in controlling in actuator controls. So if for whoever is familiar with openpilot code, there is one piece in the code where we hard code the lag, the actuator's lag, and that's set to 0.4 seconds for the Subaru, which is a lot, but it seems to be working pretty well. So that's fine. And yeah, torque level is decent, I would say. Stock ACC isn't too bad. The problem is that now we're stopped and the car is gonna disable, so it can't do stop and go. It can bring you to a stop, but then it will auto disable the car, like the ACC after 3 seconds that you're stopped. Somewhat annoying. I believe the reason why they do that is because this car has like a handbrake, so it doesn't have electronic park brake. And so if you don't have electronic park brake and you're stopped and something bad happens and you want to be able to lock the car and to block the car and have the car standing still. So if you have an APB, you can do that. If you have a handbrake, you actually can't. So that's one of the reasons why some ACC doesn't have stop and go.
Will this work on the Impreza 2019? No, that's what this is.
This is an Impreza 2019, by the way. Yes.
Yep.
It's this port will work with every Subaru that is on the global platform. So pretty much every new Subaru. The Impreza started in 2019, I believe, and some of the 2018 and maybe even 17 Outback are on. I mean, somebody who has a Subaru can correct me, but all the new Subaru cars are in this global platform, and so this port is written for those cars. With minor modification, I believe like a bunch of people already did it for non-global platform Subaru. You can still use the port, so it's still like somewhat like retroactive on cars that doesn't have. Cars that don't have global platform can still work with this port, so it's not a big deal. I think a bunch of people already did it on the community.
Yeah.
So I mean, a few more things about the port, I would say. I would say like it's special. Like we could probably put a bounty if somebody can find a way to trigger like beeps and alerts. I worked on it. I don't know, like the only alert and beeps. Well, the only beeping on the car that I could find was when we turn off ACC. So this double beep. This double beep is a beep that I can replicate. I haven't found easy way to do other type of beeps. Maybe a repeated chime when there is somewhat like some important alert to display or things like that. So if somebody finds like a good way to send like an alert, we'll definitely integrate that in openpilot.
Yep.
Anything else?
How do you like Subaru versus Honda and Toyota?
I would say Subaru has more torque than Honda. The good thing about Honda Nidec is that we can do ACC, and I would say our ACC is definitely better than the stock ACC. With Subaru you get the stock ACC, which isn't too bad. So in terms of openpilot implementation, I would say it's better than on the Bosch. The car itself, at least the Impreza, I'm not so impressed. This is like the standard Impreza. Is not an STI, it's not like the WRC or anything. Not so impressed with the car, but I don't know. Some people like it, so. It's a full optional car too, this one. It's like I wish like eyesight was standard on the Impreza. You need to get like a high trim to get it standard.
Yeah. What's new in 5.11?
So we're gonna improve like driver monitoring. We're gonna add Subaru support. We're going to strongly reduce the power consumption of the Panda when the car is off. One of the pain that people have is, of course, like, if I leave connected the Panda and the Eon for a long period, when the car is off, it can drain your battery. And so we are working to actually reduce the power consumption in idle a lot. To give you like an idea, the Panda before changes, when it's idle, it was consuming about 500 milliwatts, and now we cut it by less than half. So your car is, just because of the Panda, if the Panda is connected, it's gonna last like several weeks. So you don't have to worry about leaving the Panda connected. And now you will also have some improvement on power consumption on the Eon. But we will do more improvement, maybe, I probably still within like 5.11. There are still a few things that we need to put on, and so everything will be reasonable, and you will have not to worry about leaving the Panda connected to your car, at least for like several weeks. So, what else goes? I don't know. What's up?
Mark says we're gonna have another Bay Area meetup before we all head south. Yeah, Mark, we'll meet up. I'll meet up.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's see. Any more support for auto tuning? Maybe KP and KI.
Yeah, we want to do a better. Well, it won't be auto tuning for a KP and KI. We would probably car is driving, because there is no reason to auto tune live. You want to find the optimal tuning for a given car and then fix your gains, right? So one thing that we can work on is having a script that analyzes a certain drive and do auto tuning live, but is not going to be released for openpilot. It's sort of going to be like a one-off procedure that you do if you want to find the optimal tuning for your like closed loop control. Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah.
And I think I think Willem is actually thinking about doing it. So.
Yeah. PJ says, any consideration for addressing Eons filling up and breaking openpilot?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it might even go in 5.11. That's one of the biggest things. Yes. So it's gonna. So originally we thought about like doing it in a lazy. Like, okay, so there is an open pull request. The open pull request is somewhat lazy, and it's stop logging when the openpilot fills up. And I mean, it's not like gonna. Right now, what happens is when openpilot fills up and you don't have any more memory left, the logging process stops, and you are not allowed to engage the system anymore, and that's a big pain. So what we are gonna do is we are still gonna log, but we are gonna add a rotation, right? So you're still gonna log, you're gonna delete all the data, and you're still gonna log like new data, and so you can still drive, and you're still gonna log like whatever happens, like the most recent events.
Hi, Brevin. Yeah, let me pull the hardware out again. There's the harness. And we call this the Panda interface point, because that's where the Panda actually attaches up there. And then relay and the connectors and all the pass-through stuff on the board here.
So
he said Clayson giraffe better. The one we got.
oh, okay. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that was the other, the file rotation and fixing the on-fill gap was the other like update for 5.11. Isn't merged in yet in our internal branch. It needs some more testing, so I don't know if he's gonna make the cut for 5.11, but we did it. Just a matter of testing. It might be 5.11, it might be 5.12.
See, and you talk about being able to update speed limits on the Eon when they are inaccurate.
What does it mean?
Like update OSM on the Eon directly.
Oh, like auto update on OSM?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I don't know how happy are gonna be OSM people to have like some sort of like auto update procedures like that. I don't know. Look, like, so the point is like people do the same commute all the time, right? So it's not like people drive like different routes very often. So if somebody like is doing the same commute on a daily basis, and on your route you find that in some spot your speed limit is wrong, then you can just fix it, and I mean you're gonna have it right for all your commutes, right? So I mean it's like the routes that people drive are not randomly distributed across all the US like roads. It's given specific routes that people keep driving over and over again for most of the time. So we do believe that if something is missing from OpenStreetMap, it's not too much like of an issue for any given user to go in and update it like manually. That's the whole point why we're very happy with using OpenStreetMap, because everybody can actually fix it and update it. So we did it. I did it for my commute. So
thoughts on side cameras for lane changing and freeway exits?
It's like, I mean, eventually I think like putting side cameras and more like a 360 view is gonna help. But honestly, like we're at the point where how much more we can do by just like using a lot better what we have right now. Like we're not nearly at the limit of using the sensor that we have and the capability and the processing that we have on the Eon. Like sure, we could upgrade the processing to a stronger process, but like to a stronger chip. We could put more sensors, but like how well are we utilizing the sensors that we have? Like a person could almost perfectly drive in highway with just the view that you have from the current camera. Of course, you cannot safely lane change, but if we tap into like side radars, which most of the new cars have, it's totally fine. You can do. Oh my God, there is huge traffic coming back. I think I went way too far. We are already like at the air. Oh my God.
Is there a different way we can go back?
No. It's gonna be a long way back.
Better start.
Oh my God.
What happened to George?
Sometimes he's around.
George is around.
Sometimes.
I thought Subaru was a banned topic.
Well, it's not banned anymore. So, I mean, look, like we were like Subaru was like a banned topic like 1.5 years ago. Because we were literally like 1.5 years ago when we said Subaru was a bad topic, we were supporting how many cars? Like we were supporting like few Hondas, and we barely started to support Toyotas, right? Now turned out that Subaru is a low-hanging fruit, so we just did it. It wasn't like that like 1.5 years ago, so it's not banned anymore.
It's 2019.
2019, yes. Like, I don't know, like we literally support like maybe 55, 60 combination of like car makes, car models, model years. I mean, we can support Subaru.
Brevin says, is the dill still a thing?
I would say probably not the way that we were envisioning it back then. I mean, the deal intended as like a simulation where you apply RL, yes. Not the way that we were envisioning it. No, I would say like we're thinking about better strategies right now. Yes. But yeah, I mean, RL and a simulator is still a thing. So. Can I go in here? Yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a left here.
Oh my God, most of this car doesn't have true stop and go, so it's gonna be painful. It's better. Like openpilot needs to be way more attention to not like the 0.001% of the people that might be interested into getting like a Eon and eventually like installing openpilot, but I would say more like let's make this product a lot better like we can. Like we are like working hard to turn this into like a real consumer electronic product. This is like this is the focus of COM, and then of course like making it better, like improving features, like a lot more features that are related to maps. You can do a lot if you know the maps, if you know where you're driving, because you can infer a lot of you can have like a lot of informations. Like speed limit is of course like something that is already in place, but you can do a lot more. You can we already slow down for turns, but we can do this better. We can know stop sign, we can know like traffic lights, all these things. You know them if you do like a meta map integration, and you can argue that I mean like humans don't use maps to drive. Like a human can totally drive fine without knowing where it is and without knowing specific features from like a database. But then at the same time, yeah, we're not really at the level that like you can have a machine that drives as good as a human without knowing certain information, without somewhat like cheating and getting this information from databases. So yeah, let's make the machine job easier, and let's use as many information as we can from existing databases. And like OpenStreetMap is a great database. So more map integration, more stability, less power consumption, more features. It's definitely like the direction that we're going. I'm not sure like how many of you like have listened to Elon Musk's interviews with Lex Friedman about what like openpilot is and what buying a Tesla is. What he says, like quoting him, is if you buy a Tesla today, you are not buying a depreciating asset, you're actually buying an appreciating asset, because the system is going to get better over time. And I mean, I'm not sure if like a Model 3 that you buy today is going to appreciate over time, because it costs quite a bit of money. It's definitely going to get better over time. I'm not sure if it's going to appreciate, but I would say, given the price point of the Eon, well, maybe yes. Maybe the Eon is really like an appreciating asset, like literally appreciating asset, because things that the Eon is capable of doing is going to get better over time. So, yeah, get an Eon and get an appreciating asset, and then you can resell it for more, because we are indeed maybe raising the price of the Eon as the Eon gets better.
Let's see. Somebody asked about a Ford, but I didn't see it. Fords.
No. Ford. We tried it. We did release some of the files. Honestly, I can release more. Like we just released some of the files that makes you like the car interface, like the car state. So something that has like an understanding of what the car is saying, like is like broadcasting sort of like information about the car. I didn't release the things that allows openpilot to talk to the car, because it wasn't a finished port. But honestly, I don't think it can actually be a finished port, because they have this 10-second timeout. After 10 seconds that you're commanding the torque, they force you to stop commanding the torque for a second. I didn't find a way to get around it. So.
Yep. Let's see. This is a Impreza 2019.
Yeah. How many people are following?
We have 50.
50. Well, we went down.
Yeah. All the Subaru haters.
What did they say?
No, they all left. That's why they're not watching.
I don't think Subaru has many haters. I think Subaru has a lot of lovers.
Yeah, people who own Subarus, they continue to buy Subarus.
Yeah,
They love it.
it's a loved car. It's like kind of sort of like a niche loved car.
Yeah. Will the Eon be able to handle big model?
Yeah, I mean, if you get smart how to make big model, yes, definitely. Yep, it will definitely like big is somewhat like the wrong word, because with big it means like big is not like an adjective that I would use for something good. But yeah, I mean like a lot better model, definitely.
Oh, is Viv still around? Of course.
Yeah. She should have come, but she was
Yeah.
busy.
Viv's in charge of the scopes.
Oh my god, this is so painful. Like, this car can't really do stop and go. You really need to get like a car with EPB if you want to have like tour stop and go. So. Well, actually, I think there is a way to cheat, like to make this car like having tour stop and go. You probably have to spam something and just reset the counter. So it can be part of openpilot.
We accept pull requests, right?
Yeah.
You can fix it.
Yeah.
Find it.
Find it and fix it. We have bounties. I don't know. Like,
Put up a bounty.
put up a bounty. I definitely would put up a bounty if some people can find like way to trigger more chimes than just like this one. This one is the only chime that I found. So.
Any trucks besides the Ridgeline? Do you think that the Ridgeline's the only one?
I
Pickup
think
trucks?
it's the only one. I think the Tacoma, we looked into it. It doesn't have,
Yeah, it doesn't have this
lane
gear
keep assist.
yeah.
Like you can't command lane keep. It doesn't have like lane keep assist.
Yeah,
so
it just has alert.
there's an alert. Yes, so it's gonna go. I would say other trucks maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sienna. What about the Sienna?
Sienna.
I think it's a
minivan.
Oh, the Sienna is a minivan. Yeah. All right.
Let's see. They love the traffic scopes.
Oh my god, it's painful. Well, I mean, is there any other question?
Yeah. Any other
Yeah.
questions, guys?
All right. So if you have Subaru, you can.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll put it on the shop.
Put it on the shop soon. And we'll open source it too,
Yeah.
as we always do.
Yeah, definitely. Every giraffe is open source,
Yep.
so we can open source this giraffe too.
Yep. That'll get pushed to GitHub when we start selling.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
That's it, guys. It's been a pleasure.
All right, guys. Take care.
Have fun.
All right. Bye.